and welcome to another edition of On the Air with Mark. Okay, I'm gonna turn this down real quick. I'm watching Scotty Kilmer, the car guy character. I love this guy. Okay, so we're going to take a break from politics in this one, and we're going to talk about quality of everything, quality of life, quality of goods, clothes, and stuff. So, is quality overall really as bad as people think it is? So food, you can make a case that food is much better now. I mean, shit, you figure years ago they were actually telling you that cigarettes were good for you. Oh, cigarettes, then beer. Oh, light beer, light beer. Where now we know that beer in general will make you fat, which is pretty obvious. So people control your drinking, which I don't mind drinking. Once in a while, I have my little cold ones myself. But yeah, so I think the quality of food is much better now. Now, as far as clothes, quality of clothes is, I would say like about the same, because you could find some really poor quality stuff, but then on the flip side, you could find really good quality stuff like these New Balance shoes. Oh my god, I've had these for years. So I can buy some new ones, but I'm not ready to part with these yet. God, these are just tore up because I work out every single day, and those things are putting in the work every single day. So clothes, I think, is pretty much the same, but you can get screwed where you spend money on certain clothes where you're thinking, oh man, big name brand, but then they fall apart. So you have to be wise with that. Okay, now cars is an obvious one. Cars are fucking shitty as fuck now. Ford and Chevy and those types of cars, they are just fucking garbage now. So people, if you're gonna buy a truck, buy one from the '90s and maybe the early 2000s. But yeah, you definitely don't want to buy new cars because those things are absolutely terrible. The EVs, they're trying to force EVs down your throat, but the more proof that comes out, they are absolute fucking garbage. Plus, the worst thing is that when they're done, uh, where they have like a lifespan of like 8 years, but they have nowhere to put the batteries. Plus, these things can lead to massive explosions. They're dangerous for firefighters, and yeah. Okay, now quality of life. You can make a case that quality of life is better. Now the issue is inflation, which puts a shitload of stress on people. Well, obviously, bills and money, that's always going to be a stress factor. But when the inflammation, and now you have to factor in the whole migrant fucking bullshit, and plus crime, those are major stressors. But as far as groceries and wanting something, it has never been easier than it is right now. Okay, now as far as relationships go, oh man, that's a tough one. So I think guys and girls, you really have to give. Oh man, you really have to give society. Oh man, bare minimum like 5 to 10 years to restructure, because just talking to people, you could still sense that there is still the lingerings of the China virus, and there's no doubt about that. Especially like in younger people, it seems that younger people don't know how to communicate, which is not good. So that's why I say that you have to give society a buffer time frame of 5 to 10 years. so things will pick up again. But as far as like relationships, yeah, the cell phone, it has a big deal. Uh, um, Cell phones, they play a big role. Social media, they rather text versus meeting up. Bare minimum, talking on the phone. You have to talk on the phone to get to know people. But most importantly, go in person and see these people. Don't don't rely heavily on texting and stuff like that, because your main goal is to be with that person, right? Therefore, you have to what? Therefore, you have to be with that person. So, so as far as relationships, I think they've always been hard. Relationships, they have always been hard, but I think the problem now is that, especially from like the women's standpoint, they're really being pressed with like the feminist movement, whereas you don't need no man, go out there and be a uh, horror around. Then what happens is they hit the wall, and then when they want to settle down, these guys want absolutely nothing to do with them. And then younger guys don't really want to chase these younger girls because they see them shaking their ass on camera, shaking their ass for likes, and really just going from guy to guy to guy, and that really turns younger men off to where they want nothing to do with them. So, I think that's the tricky an aspect versus years past where there was no phones or whatnot. But every generation they have their challenges, so I think they're going to be fine. There are still masculine men. There are still good women out there. Yes, I know young men, it might be a hard pill to swallow. There are still good females out there, but yeah, you have to do your work. So overall, I will overall be an optimist, and yeah, I think things are looking good. So stay hopeful out there, my friends. So that being said, y'all have a good one.